Well, welcome back everybody to the Man Car channel. Today we're going to be modifying this ATV and motorcycle jack to work on my 2013 Dyna. Now I'm going to start by saying I am not the first person to do this. This isn't my idea or design. I didn't engineer this. There's plenty of other videos on it, or if you're familiar with the forums, there's plenty of guys that do this. I'm just going to show you the way that I'm going to do it. So with that being said, for those of you that didn't know, I purchased a Dyna because I suck at keeping up on Instagram and Facebook posts. I have a Dyna. So with that being said, we'll get into it. I'll break down everything that you're going to need for it, at least to do it the way I'm going to show you, and we'll get started. Alright, so we'll start off with some of the stuff that you're going to need. You're going to need some kind of cutting tool. You could use a hacksaw if that's what you have. An angle grinder is my preference, or a sawzall with a metal bit. Some kind of hammer. You're going to need a 3/4 inch socket or wrench to get the bolts out. You're going to need, for the hardware, 6" by 1/2 inch grade 8 bolts. You don't necessarily need grade 8s, but that's what I went with. I feel safer, especially when I'm lifting a vehicle. You're going to need the necessary washers. I have 8 of those total, 4 lock rings, or lock washers, excuse me, 4 nuts, and I actually have some square washers as well to help take up some of the slack without having to buy a crap ton of washers, and you'll see where these come in handy here in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this bar right in the middle. If you watch some other videos, you're going to see some guys take it completely out, some guys just shorten them and flip them around. I'm going to keep this actually as a reference because later on I'm going to buy some DOM tubing to fit it over these, and then I'm going to re-weld it in the position. Just because I feel like this is an integral part of the lift, I kind of want to keep that. But in order to do what I have to do now with the bike, I kind of needed the lift, so we're going to cut that for now, and then later on we'll go through and re-weld that in there. Alright, so you can see it was easy as that, and you actually see that they split. And I had previously taken this hardware off to make it a little bit easier. But all of this hardware is a washer, a lock washer, and an acorn nut. So we'll just take all of these out. What I'm going to do for now is kind of flip these this way. What I did forget to mention actually is you're going to need a 1/2 inch drill bit as well. You are going to probably have to drill these out depending on the model that you get. What I did notice with the Harbor Freight one is really all that's in the way is the powder coating. So you just got to kind of take the 1/2 inch drill bit through and kind of clean up all the powder coating around the edges for the 1/2 inch bolts to fit through. 1/2 inch drill bit, and right now I took the pads off. I'll show you those separately, but literally all we're doing is getting in here and making sure we're just cleaning out that powder coating. Yeah, none of those are really bad, so it looks like really just the layer of powder coating on the pads themselves. So that was the worst one, and honestly it really wasn't that bad. So took a little bit of metal out of that one. We're just going to take our new 1/2 inch bolts and pass them through to make sure they go through, and they do. We'll throw the jack back up here and reassemble everything. We'll go back to the original idea. So we're going to throw these back in here. I probably could get smaller washers. I'm not going to worry about it. That's how they were stock, so I think they'll be fine. It is rated, I believe this one said for 1,500 pounds. Alright. There are washers on the outside. Our lock nuts. Excuse me, lock washers. You could go with lock nuts if you didn't want to use the lock washers. Either way, I just kind of grabbed it all. It was all within one section. I'm not going to overdo these just yet. I'm going to put both sides on and we're going to see how it reacts. I just don't want to do it too tight because remember, I mean, they do have to shift upward. So it seems to function all right. I might go back and snug them down just a touch more. Yes, it does look goofy as hell, but hopefully it functions a little bit better and I can actually use it. Otherwise, I've just spent $70 on a giant weight. Make sure it's sitting back on the kickstand. Go back over there and double check to make sure it's actually on the frame this time. Bike's lifted, anchor points in the back to lift the back wheels off the ground, or whatever you call them, on the jack are done. It does have anchor points for ratchet straps. I did not ratchet strap it down right now. I will when I do some work on the bike. It does what it's meant to do. $70 for the jack, $10 for the hardware. You can't beat it. It's pretty versatile. If I need to put it back to the stock platform, I can. I did not make any true permanent modifications to it. I'd say it's pretty modular. So you'll see in the next video the true purpose of me purchasing this jack, because my Dyna right here needs some work. We'll get into it later. As you can see, I'm by myself. I have been, obviously, the whole video if you tuned in from the beginning. Corey misses out on all the fun. Boy, he really does, going to Canada. What a jerk. Well, if you're into this kind of stuff, you like the content that we put out, make sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Yes, I apologize. I have been slacking. That is my position, to really be taking care of the social media stuff. And I really suck at it. I apologize. But once again, thanks for tuning in, checking us out. If you like the content, throw us a like, subscribe, comment. If you hate it, tell us. I'm sure more people hate it than they like it. But this is the Man Card Channel, signing off. So if you stay tuned till the end, you can see the jack works quite well. But see that little Johnny right there? Yeah, that little dude. Well, if you like that, you'll really like that Johnny. That guy right there. Yeah, I really messed up.